Let's just say, when you look back, the things that you wish you knew on your journey to wealth creation and earning and all that. I was reflecting on it, and I thought that maybe I should do a video so that we can reflect together and share some of these things so that we are able to learn and become better as time goes. Okay, with me here I have 8 points, or the 8 lessons that I learned too late about money. And number one is actually not working on yourself. In that regard of on personal development, also even the network, the people that we network with, if all the times you are with people who always are complaining or agreeing when people are saying that the economy is not doing well, because the reality is, even if the economy is not doing well, people are still minting millions of money in this economy. So it is very important that as we are growing, we are working on personal development. We work on networking with the right people, and also working on the input that is coming to our brain. If I knew that earlier, I'm 100% sure right now I'll be making a lot of money. I'll be okay. I am working about that, but I'm sure I'll be in a much better place. Another thing is budgeting. I never knew about budgeting because when I was young, I was never like given money to budget for anything. It was always like if I need a shoe, I just go tell my father and he will tell me how much is the shoe. If it is like 500 Kenya shillings, he go buy, or he will give me the 500 Kenya shillings. So there was no interaction with money, so that I can be able to learn how to budget. And so when I grew up and I started getting a little amount of money here and there, it was always so hard for me to sit down and maybe budget. Even if I budget, I feel like it is working against me. You know, when you start budgeting for your money for the first time, it doesn't work so well. And also, given that you don't really know how to do it, it's actually very hard, and also very hard to sustain. Also, there's the danger of debt. I always thought that if I wanted to achieve something and I did not have that enough money at that particular time, I would just borrow and work on it. It didn't matter whatever it was that I needed to work on. But now I have realized that I only need to borrow only maybe when it's money that I need to work business for. And also, I didn't even realize that if you borrow money, you're going to pay so much of it. You're not going to pay it back the way you borrowed it, because those people that are lending also need to make money of you. But now I have come to learn about that if I am borrowing money, it is because I have a way that I'm going to multiply that money so that it can benefit me and benefit also the person who's borrowing me money. Another thing that I learned late about money is taking risk or avoiding risk, because I always told myself, because I do not want the stress that comes with doing some things. For instance, being a business person, or leading on important projects. So I always told myself I would never do that. I would avoid that so that I can live a free life. But I have come to realize, the more you avoid risk, the more you will never be able to make any good amount of money. I think that one is clear, right? Another very important key is that financial literacy is key. There is actually, I have come to realize you can only make the amount of money that is according to your level of financial literacy. If your level of financial literacy is maybe thousand, then you'll make thousand. If your financial literacy is in the level of million, then you shall make millions. If I knew that, then I wouldn't bother to start thinking on what to do. I would first work on what I knew or how much I knew, so that I can be able to prepare myself mentally, according to what I want to make in future, or the amount of money I want to make. Another important thing is investing early. You know, I used to tell myself that those who are investing probably are only the rich people who has surplus. They have a lot of money, even saving. It's just easy. Also, maybe the old people, because they do not have so much requirements, or they have few things to do with money. But now I have come to realize that if I need to make good amount of money, and even to buffer myself in future, I need to learn how to invest, and I need to start investing as now, not tomorrow, so that I'll train my mind not to consume all the money, and so that I can even be able to do important things. Because as I'm investing, I'm able to get a more amount of money that I can be able also to do more important things. About building emergency funds, that is something that I'm still learning. Things can change horrendously, and you are not prepared. So I have come to learn that it is very important to set different accounts so that you can set emergency funds there, so that in case things go bad, maybe like the time when Corona came, you can be able to. It's like a buffet. It can help you by the time you realize and you arrange your mind on how you're going to survive and to thrive. You don't need to go back to negative zero. You can just, it will make things easier. Setting financial goals, because I always told myself I just want probably to be a millionaire, but I did not know that I needed to set financial goals. Like, I need to sit down and think, if I need to be a millionaire, then how am I going to get there? And I think that one of the biggest mistakes that most people make. They always wish that someday they will be able to make a lot of money. So I don't think it's a me problem only. So if I knew, I would have sat down, because if you sit down and work on the financial goals on levels, and according to time, you say this by this time I expect to be making a certain amount of money. It will be very easy for you, easy to know on what you're working on. And I hope you guys learned something, and so you comment and tell me some of the lessons you learned too late, and I hope I will be able to learn from them, and I hope you did learn from me, so that we can grow in this journey of wealth creation. Till next time, guys.